Big and curly, Alexandra Spunt has grown to embrace her look, but only after a $400 straightening treatment did this to her hair.
When this happened, that's when we really started freaking out and said, okay, what did we do to ourselves? That treatment felt so toxic, and now my hair looks so terrible. And that's when we discovered that we'd, flat ironed formaldehyde onto our hair.
It's not a relaxer. She's talking about the Brazilian blowout, a liquid hair smoothing treatment that's blow dried and flat ironed onto the hair in a few hours, but afterwards it's defrizzed and much straighter for a few months. Still, the straightening process had a kink in it.
There was these crazy fumes, so our eyes were burning and watering, and we were kind of looking at each other like, what is going on? And then they gave us protective goggles.
Difficulty breathing, burning eyes, and skin rashes. Just a few of the complaints about Brazilian blowout and similar hair smoothers called Brazilian keratin treatments. Spunt complained on her blog, but 46 complaints about Brazilian keratin treatments have reached the FDA. The FDA is still investigating, but the Occupational Health and Safety Administration has linked the symptoms to formaldehyde, a chemical the CDC links to cancer. Still, the amount of formaldehyde that leads to cancer has not yet been determined. Federal authorities tested Brazilian blowout in 2010, finding the formaldehyde concentrations fell below the legally enforceable exposure limits. Brazilian blowout declined an on-camera interview, instead emailing this statement to the AP, welcoming a federal investigation. The company had already posted test results on their website supporting their product's safety. Still, the complaint set off a federal hazard alert, several lawsuits, and a congressional inquiry. Illinois Representative Ann Schakowsky is one of 10 members of Congress asking the FDA to investigate this type of hair smoother.
I think people make an assumption that someone, somewhere, is protecting them from products of all sorts that could hurt them. If I go to my hairstylist, my beauty salon, certainly they're not going to have chemicals that are going to hurt me. But actually, that's not true.
The FDA declined an on-camera interview, responding via email that formaldehyde is not prohibited in hair smoothers, and referring the AP to Cosmetic Ingredient Review, an independent expert panel on cosmetic ingredients. The panel's director says the FDA asked his researchers to look at the use of formaldehyde and its derivatives in all types of hair smoothers, including Brazilian blowout.
We had access to a medical safety data sheet from last fall that the company had produced that listed the ingredients in their product, one of which was 5% methylene glycol. And that was important to us because while that word isn't formaldehyde, we know that methylene glycol produces formaldehyde. The two are interchangeable.
F. Alan Anderson says the listed percentage of methylene glycol in Brazilian blowout is actually 25 times the recommended amount. When heated and blow-dried onto the hair, he says it's unsafe. He also noted the panel's findings are not binding regulations.
The key for us is going to be whether there can be established a level of formaldehyde in methylene and or methylene glycol in these products that there won't be a risk.
The final report to the FDA will be made public. It's expected to be released in September. Despite the concern, Brazilian keratin treatments are still popular.
To me, the smell is not any different than from a smelly perm. I haven't had anybody run out of here that their eyes are burning. I haven't had anybody that said, oh, I'm so sick, I can't handle this.
Stylist Ann Amont has been doing hair for 30 years, and as long as her clients want the Brazilian blowout, she says she'll continue using it.
It looks really shiny. I cannot say it's healthy, I just can't, but I like it.
Naya Hawkins, Associated Press.